Hi, I'm Jeff Dial. Welcome to another edition of Footprints in American History. Today's bonus story is about a man who, with one little rabbit's foot, won the hearts of an entire community in South Carolina. Hi, I'm Jeff Dial, and welcome to a bonus edition of Footprints in American History. The reason it is called a bonus edition is because it is history related, but different enough that the subject matter is more bonus material. Today, we're going to talk about how a man with a lucky rabbit's foot won the hearts of an entire community. Our story begins in Lake City, South Carolina, a tiny community just east of Interstate 95 in the middle of the state. Lake City is mainly known as a farming community and was considered a major stop on the railroads. Once known as a major stop to ship crops to northern states, Lake City was known for its tobacco exports. In addition to strawberries, snap peas, cucumbers, squash, lima beans, and other vegetables. In fact, it was not uncommon for 5,000 to 7,000 bushels of strawberries to be exported from Lake City alone any given year. And while tobacco and other crops are huge from this small farming community, green beans and even became so heavily shipped that they were briefly referred to as the bean capital of the world. Lake City is also known for a 2-week art festival that brings hundreds of artists, musicians, sculptors, and concerts, as well as sidewalk art and art displays in shops. They have many murals on the buildings as a result. The rest of the year, Lake City returns to its identity as a farming and railroad community. In fact, even now, 25 trains pass through the town every day. The reason this is important is that our story takes place now near the train station, whose depot is now home to the Lake City Chamber of Commerce. Huey Cooper came to Lake City as a young man from nearby Williamsburg County before adopting Lake City as his home. Little did he know the legacy he was about to leave when he arrived. Known to everybody simply as Huey, he was always known for his cheerful disposition and penchant for mimicking the tobacco auctioneers. He also was known for sitting on a low concrete wall at Main Street and a scene by the train station. He often whistled at people passing by to get their attention. Once he got somebody's attention, Huey would let them rub his lucky rabbit's foot for a nickel, which he would use to buy cigars and cokes from the train depot. Huey was a simple man. He did not know how to read or write, so finding work was more of a challenge to him. Nearly all of his clothes were given to him by friends. In his younger years, he often used a push mower to mow people's yards in exchange for a meal. In the 1920s, Huey was hospitalized for several months in Rocky Mount after the truck he was riding in was struck by a train, seriously injuring him. For many of his years, he called a small one-room brick house home. It was owned by a local friend until a supermarket chain bought the property, forcing him to move. Cooper was devastated. Not knowing where to live, he appealed to the local police chief, Maxie Hines, with tears streaming down his face. Chief Hines was moved by this and set out to help his less fortunate friend. With the help of fellow officer A.J. McGee, they discovered a small building behind the local Dairy Queen and acquired the property, installing a new roof, electricity, lights, and running water. Hines also saw to it utilities were paid for, and Huey was allowed to stay there rent-free. Because of his inability to read or write, the chief and another resident helped Huey apply for welfare. He also became Cooper's guardian in case of any legal issues arose. Because his new home had no heat in winter, Huey was often allowed to sleep in the jail, where he would not have to deal with any cold weather. For food, he was allowed to eat at a local cafe where the owner would bill him monthly for expenses. It was said Huey Cooper was known for his extreme honesty, strong memory, and his ability to get along with virtually anyone. Because of his gentle nature and a lucky rabbit's foot, Huey became a beloved staple of the Lake City community. It was said that if he was not seen around the police station at least once a day, somebody would go check up on him. If he was not seen for more than 1 or 2 days, it was normal for several residents to call and ask about his whereabouts. And create a legacy this man of few possessions did. Huey Cooper, who was born in 1873, lived to be 105 years old, passing away in May of 1978. Several years passed by in Lake City, and the locals began to slowly forget about the man with the lucky rabbit's foot. At one point, somebody recognized this oversight, and the Lynches Lake Historical Society contacted a wealthy benefactor about creating a statue honoring Huey's memory. She agreed, and Alex Polkovich was commissioned with the task of creating the bronze statue of the town's once beloved residents. On September 10th, 2014, the statue was unveiled in the same location he was known to frequent. It shows him holding out his lucky rabbit's foot for people to rub, and there is even a coin slot in his pants for visitors to drop a nickel in Huey's honor. Special thanks to Jennifer Dawn McGinness for alerting me to this story, as well as Kent Daniels of the Lynches Lake Historical Society for his help. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you will like and share this video. Subscribe and remember to ring the bell for notifications every time a new video is released. Thank you for watching this edition of Footprints in American History. Please remember, subscribe to the channel. If you do, please let us know. We'll be glad to give you a big thank you for doing that. And also, when you subscribe, ring that little bell up there. And what that will do is that will let you know when we're doing any future videos. When they're released, you get a notification. Coming up, we've got a story about a B-52 that broke up in midair with 2 nuclear weapons aboard, and how this could have been one of the greatest crises in American history. You don't want to miss it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.